So I don't want to. You got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marty Abrams, PowerCon, Mego Corp, live.
Ready to go?
Ready to go.
That was the first show I've been to in 3 years. And it's only because it's all part of this whole Migo Con, PowerCon play. I'm really excited to be here. It's been a great 3 years. I say that from the bottom of my heart. Come on in closer, guys. It's a little tough to tear over the crowd. We started this thing 3 years ago. We had no idea where it was going to go, where we were going to be, how it was going to work out. And quite candidly, this has been a joy for all of us. Everything seems to, literally, because the way we work, we sell out every place we go. Everything is pre-sold. We don't go in like one go, just across the board, make 1,000 different items, and just put it out there. We know what you guys want. We're making it. The 50th anniversary when we launched last year was just extraordinary. We're expanding upon that across the board. We do things like Peep Show, which has a product attuned to what our play will be. But even on top of that, the one thing I'm going to tell you here because it's not even a public announcement. No one has done anything at all with Marvel because Hasbro has locked that up at a retail price point that you can't get to the consumer. We have broken that open. We've been launching that at the end of next year. All of Marvel is complete across the board. It's going to be done online. It's going to be done in the Disney World. I'm not tell you exactly where across the board. But that's part of what the excitement is going to be. So we're building this here. So I know I'm going to be here next year too.
Nice.
I mean, the key is that across the board, we can do it for a minute, we can do it for 20 minutes, but we want to do it for a whole year. After that, I'm getting on a lot of age, and so I'm not be able to make the shows, but at the moment it's fantastic. And on top of that, we do what we call the what ifs, stuff that were great action figures, but Migo didn't get. What if we got that? I'll let you guys see that in your own mindset, because we're doing a lot of that as well. So we're real excited about this whole process is how it's gone for us. Because of the whole basis of Migo and the whole collectibles, because guys like yourself, it's allowed me to go back into my IP and bring out some of the stuff that I've done in the past that were pretty spectacular. It's going to make it that much more better. So we're going to expand our base, not just in the collectibles, but the collectible world. And we're going to get into the kid side of it as well. So you'll be able to look at that and say, I was there when we were doing that 50 years ago, and we were taking some of that IP that we did 50 years ago and bringing it forward. So we're all excited about that. Paul and Frank and Billy, they carry on the
great guys.
Well,
great guys.
Terrific guys. They've carried this on for us for the last 3 years. I don't know who here is a Migo ambassador, who's not a Migo ambassador. If you're not, come on board, work with these guys. Because they are literally telling you what we're doing on a monthly basis, what we're introducing, and how we're playing it out. And if you have any questions you want to ask any of us, just go on and open up any questions you want to. Scott, you always have something to say.
So we're talking 8-inch figures?
We're talking 8-inch figures.
And we're talking
the classic Migo brand in that area.
That's amazing.
And when you chance of play sets come out?
The answer to that question is 100% yes. Okay. That's part of why we opened up this whole aspect of the toy area, because we knew we had to get into that. They're so expensive to do that you can't just sell them to collectors because they can't buy them. And we understand that. So we want to open up the brand and taking this brand down to not just us, but your kids and your grandkids. And I got a lot of grandkids.
Marty, so we're saying we're gonna keep doing that 50th anniversary now, even with the Marvel characters.
That's the game plan.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. That's the game plan. We just want to get everybody out there. Because, again, the process here is this whole building and that room is all based on when we started.
Yes, it is.
I mean, we want to step up and step wider and take advantage of something and the ability to talk to you guys. And we do it every day. I mean, these guys are talking every single day. Stuff that we're not doing that other people are. It didn't sell when we didn't do it back in the 70s and the 80s. It's not selling now. And they're coming to me today and saying, well, would you do this? And he says, so we have to stay in tune and quite frankly in touch with everything. Just did a video of everybody here, so we're going to get a sense of that. Listen, you guys are a good group. You've been with me for I think it came to Mego Corp in Columbus about 4 years ago, was it?
Yeah.
Yep.
2019.
2019. And that's the only reason I'm here today. Because I came to that. That was an immensely fun time. I got a picture of Batmobile. He brought it there. I blew up and I got a picture of my house. So, I mean, that's, I'm the biggest collector and the biggest Migo freak of all. I mean, but it's part of who and what we are and what we do. Nobody else.
Yeah. Was there
I just
any?
took a picture with you.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Yes, you did, Marty. Any chance we'll be getting $6 Million Man, Bionic Woman, or the Tick cartoon with Arthur and Chairface Chippendale and any of that for Migo?
$6 Million Man by Aquaman is Universal. And I don't know if we will be able to get that from Universal. That's a very sought after license. The Tick cartoon, I'd have to look at your production company, but that would probably require a Hawkside box.
Let me just say this. If we have a major demand for any character, we're going to go get it. I mean, we're not going to stand aside whether we can or we can't. The aura of what Migo is doing now in the marketplace is growing just by that very nature. So having said that, across the board, if that demand rises like it, I'll go there personally. I'll get on a plane and knock on their door and say, hey, listen, we have to do this. I'm not going to do it for 10 pieces or 100 pieces. But if we get a demand, we'll go get it.
The Tick is very colorful. It's very toyetic with American made.
Yeah. Right.
And Arthur, I think it would be a lot of fun.
It may be back with the comic book creator rights.
Ben,
So it's a matter of Ben England.
Ben Edlund.
And a matter of talking to him since he's got deals that works.
I would love it.
I know, but some things will sell 10,000, some things will sell 3,000.
Right.
If
I think the bigger announcement today
there's a huge.
Marvel is back in the house.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
I'm sorry.
Right, you missed the announcement.
I was talking to Scott.
Yes.
Outstanding.
If Marty Abrams can get Marvel, you can get anything. You know what's next.
We're excited about where it's going to go and how it's going to play. And this is not a public announcement. This is for you guys to know it's coming.
So don't tell anybody.
We better stop.
If you say it, don't just attach my face to it. You heard it at the grapevine.
Wow.
With this Marvel deal, we'll be able to keep the same price point.
I don't want to.
Listen, all we can do is make it. We're going to keep
No.
We have not. We are very deep in development. And the key is the same price point. Maybe a couple of dollars more because we have to up.
But it doesn't have to be that like $80.
Oh no! That's we'll be within 10 or 15% of what we're currently doing. And we made that's the deal we made. We couldn't have both the retail position as well as the royalty position. That would be 40 or 50. It would be 80. We want to be under 25. We're looking at that 25 price.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
So we're excited about it. Across the
You're
board.
excited. We're excited.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody's
Very
excited.
So Does this mean you're going to be making a Hulk body?
That means we're going to be making a Hulk. We have to make a unique body. We can't use that slim trim, Marty figure, right? When I was 22.
Right.
That was a little more bulky. We don't call it the Hulk, we call it the
So,
Bulk.
there's going to be more 50th anniversary DC. If you can move away from that other topic.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're
please.
going to be doing more Star Trek. What?
Question. So, female bodies?
All the above.
Okay.
Female body is
DC, of course. Okay, good.
have to.
Yeah.
Just think of the possibilities.
Will we ever see the 50th figure
Yeah.
started as well?
Yeah.
Females take a little bit longer to get
Oh, I know.
Hospitals,
Yeah.
man, with retail,
We
right?
know.
Right.
I really love the boxes. Sure. And that's great art. But if we get a retailer,
Buy them all again.
yeah, but if a retailer says, "Oh, I like the party," we got all the artwork, we got the permission.
At the end of the day, I like what you just said.
Buy them again.
Oh, you buy them again. So the answer is
like that.
probably.
Yeah.
Well, I moved from maybe to a probably on my way to an absolute.
Whoa, I'm sorry. I was going to show, my bad, Marty. That says it all. That says it all.
That's a great shot.
2023. Look at that.
The creator.
We'll give Paul deserves some credit. Frank,
Sorry, this is
I have
Joel,
difficulty remembering when I was
Andrew.
23. I got grandchildren older than that. In fact, all my grandkids are older than 23.
I have a question on when the female figures come out, especially when the male figures come out, they added in extra characters like Black Adam and Reverse Flash. Well, when the regular run of females, is that the same plan to add in an extra figure?
We'll find out when they come out.
We'll do that. We'll do that on adapters now. Obviously, we want the best characters. And the best character was the Mego character then, but it is now. But we'll turn around and open up that bandwidth.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it's the collectability.
Yes.
In terms of what you have the ability to buy and play and stack and put away.
Sure.
Did we not do Flash and Green Lantern?
I would say that's a
Yes.
safe bet to go into.
I know.
Yes.
We want.
Any new apes in the next year or so?
I got one right here.
Of course.
That happens to be my finest moments. I'll tell you a quick story about the Clown of the Apes.
Yeah.
I went to a marathon when I didn't see the first one or the second, but they had a marathon on a Saturday afternoon with my son, and I sat 6 hours in this dark theater watching these show after show. I walked out and I was mesmerized by it, and I called up the licensing agent for a meeting, who I knew very well. He comes over to our office, and his chest all puffed up. He says, "You know what? Look what I just signed." And he showed me he signed a contract with my major competitor at that time, and he had a $20,000 check in his hand. And this is a true story. You heard it from my mouth, so you know it's true. I took his check out of his hand, and I ripped it up. It was 20 grand. He almost had a heart attack. I told my accounting department, write a check for 40. I gave him a check on the spot and took the license away from the other guy.
Nice.
And that was one of the great moments of my life, because this guy was always knocking me off. Anything I did, the character and the license, he would then knock me off.
Yeah.
He, by the way, became Baron Carson. So he was one of the bad guys. He's not become one of my good friends. Well, I've never told him that story. So if this happens to get out and he hears about it, good for him. Yeah, I'm here. Anyone ask me? Kids, grandkids, my family.
Oh,
Play sets.
we already asked, but go ahead.
Went back to the play sets.
How do you think in the past 2 years, personally, what has been your favorite? What have you guys created that's just like wow, that's something to be proud of?
Yet to come. And by the way, when I say yet to come, in the next 90 days, You're going to hear all about what we're doing across the board. We have stepped into a new world because I was, as I said, I'm going back into some of my great IP that I own and doing it. So you said, what is the best? I'm always looking forward. It's never here. It's not behind me. It's out there. And we're going to grab it off the tree. I'm past low-hanging fruit. We're now going, we're at the top of the tree now, getting the best fruit that's available.
Nice.
Great. PowerCon, Migo Meet, you heard it, right?
That's right. Exclusive. Marty, Joel, Paul, Andy, Frank. Scott's on the other side.
And real quick, I want to give a shout out to everybody. Rob Turner, Kevin Fiore, Scott Brown, Brian Heiler for continued support with the Migo brand.
Museum.
Dr. Migo, sculptor extraordinaire Andy Cobalt.
Great sculptor.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
I got one other question. Any thoughts about a push button voice activation chip?
Oh boy.
Anything to go with the thing?
We're talking about, we're always looking at voice activation. We're always to upgrade it. The kicker here is once you go up and put all that stuff in, you go from retail-wise 20 to 40. So I stopped signing autographs. I'll take pictures with anybody, but I stopped signing autographs because I felt uncomfortable taking anybody's money for my signature. I think it's nice that Shatner does it and those guys do it, but I'm uncomfortable doing it because of price. I view myself as my own stick. I'm part of you guys, and so I understand pricing and cost of goods, what the possibilities are. So when you start to put stuff in that's not collectible, but is playable, and that's what you want with voice. Now you're playing with something that kicks the price up, and we have not yet come to that river to cross.
Okay, I have one last better question. Magnetic Spider-Man.
Well,
In what way?
so like the magnetic bat, like where he could crawl with the magnets on his. Yeah, of course.
We can't answer everything today.
I just want to put it out there.
We appreciate that.
The ambassadors love to give our ideas on what.
And I want you to, because at the end of the day, we can get great ideas from ambassadors. And by the way, we get as many good ideas on what not to do.
Yes.
I mean, because sometimes we get carried away as well. We don't want to make stuff that no one wants.
Right.
So it flows both ways. What to do and what not to do.
Yes.
Any possibility of getting the Micronauts license back?
If you say that, because we have a whole concept how to do it and bring it to life.
Yeah.
Not needing, quite candidly, a $200 million film that's going to drive. I mean, it's one of the great toys of all time.
Yes.
Just think Lego. I mean, Lego went into the whole licensing part of the business because of Mego, who's doing Micronauts, and that's when I first got their first one. So it's a great brand. And so yesterday I saw there was a press release that Chris Pratt just signed on to do the Micronaut movie.
Oh wow.
Not true.
Okay.
It's fake news. I went in and went back to my people because I've been negotiating with them to try to get a piece of it back anyway. Mm-hmm. And they said fake news is not true.
Okay.
And we have no idea. So the answer to that question is we're trying.
Excellent.
It gets a little bit hairy only in the context of they paid me a lot of money so I can talk to you guys. If they didn't pay me the money to buy Micronauts from me, Migo would never have been launched. So that's, but the new president of Hasbro is a very close friend, Tim Kilpin.
Very nice.
And he's been my buddy for 30 years.
Awesome.
And we worked together at Mattel, and we worked together at Post, across the board. So if anybody will give it to us, it will be him.
Excellent.
Not saying he's doing it,
Right.
But I'm just saying.
But it's a
talking
chance.
to him.
Yeah.
guys have any other questions for Marty?
Is there a chance we'll see an expansion of Mego at retail? I mean, online's great. I'm not trying to take Frank's business away.
The answer to that question is absolutely. And part of it is expanded to what I call the underworld. Underworld means not us guys, not people of your generation, my generation, but the lower kids. The only way to do that is we're going to get them involved. Otherwise, at retail, they do a bypass. They want these plastic pieces that don't have the history of what we're doing. So, having said that, the answer is yes. We're in the process of building that out now, and as we build up the program, we'll keep you involved. The one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to mess up the collectability. I don't want to make 100,000 of anything. And we keep it down at 3,000, 5,000, 7,000 pieces maximum on distribution. That means everything you're buying is much more dear. If I take that to the kids and they go up to it, it's going to be a different look. It's going to be a different line. It can't be the collectible play. We're working on it. We are working.
I have a question. I know the whole Marvel thing is early still, but is the plan to release, kind of like with DC, the classic version?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly how we
you know how much money that's going to save for this weekend?
Oh, you're talking about Kevin, Marty.
yeah. That's also part of what we're trying to do. We'll be the only ones who have those rights. And having said that, we're not going to make any more per piece. And we're not going to charge that much more per piece as before. So the demand should be huge. You guys can have we will announce the date and where it's going to launch the Migo ambassadors. You guys will know all about it 30 days before.
I know it's very early in the process, like you stated, but 8-inch versus 12-inch in the Marvel line. Have you made that decision?
Yes. I'll give you one guess what we're doing. One, just one.
You're going to do 8-inch.
Very good.
But no 12.
That's not up. What we want to do is build the base. We want to build it with everybody knows and is comfortable with. We want to turn around and have them. We're having a collection of the 50th anniversary of Warner, the 50th anniversary of Marvel, and Star Trek. It's all the same grouping. Once we get that out, and then the second wave, which will be from the classic to the contemporary, then we'll go to the clone. It's going to be a step process. I'm talking too much.
No. One last question, Marty.
All day.
Would you? Because Marvel's probably the biggest thing we could have heard today.
Yeah.
However, I know Marty Abrams in your head. Besides Marvel, if you could go even higher than that, what would you foresee?
I'm not going to tell you anymore. You can ask me. I gave you the best first. Everything else, it follows through. These guys will be talking to you, to the Migo ambassadors and the live shows. But I want a small group of people. I know you're videoing everything across the board. I know you understand what I'm saying. But you'll have heard it. You'll have it on your video. You have it on your phone. You have it on your picture. And when it comes, you go say, "I was there when he said it." That's the premise. A core group of people who can say, because that's what it's all about for me. Is always being inside rather than being on the outside. It's tough enough being like myself, who tries to get inside, but I know for a fact, like all of us, we're outsiders. We're not. Those guys are sitting in the big rooms up there to make all those decisions. And Pat Chen has to go do what you got to do. So we just keep punching around.
Anybody else? Questions? Awesome.
Guys, I appreciate you all coming.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you coming.
Panel. It's going to have a whole video stuff. It's going to be in the room at 3.
Panel room A.
3:30.
Room A.
3:30 of the new line.
I'm going to come in and just say hello because I'm going to get back on the play. I just not to for anybody to say anything why I'm leaving early. My wife's not doing well. I promised I'd be here, so I got a plane last night. I got to get on an earlier plane than I anticipated. So that's why we pulled this thing together now. So can have this little chat. Can we say hello in Dubai, 3:30, and the guys will open up for all the other stuff.
We're sorry to hear that. God bless her.
She's fine. She just can't walk. So she's betting. We get old. She's got this arthritis in her knee, and she had this ward drained. And
We all appreciate you coming.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you.
it's my pleasure. I just want to get a chat of the band with anybody who comes there and they missed here, and they're over there, but they just give me a
This was the drop the mic one, but we can't follow this.
Yeah.
But you got some good video you want to show.
Oh,
they're going to show you other stuff that we're doing.
Yes, sir.
Will there be some place to watch this stream later?
You're streaming right now to Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Great. Thank you very much. I applaud you guys. You guys are making it all work.
Thank you, sir. Back at you.
To the man. I love your smile. I love your beard. Your beard's a little ragged. I think we have
I know. I meant to trim it a little bit
No,
in the
it's
last 9
fine.
inches.
You should see this man's beard. He can grow a beard.
I love
yeah,
this beard.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it was great.
I had one for a couple of years during COVID.
I remember, yeah.
My wife told me, "Out."
I thought you looked great.
Yeah. We should. That's.
Thank you guys. I
We wanted
appreciate
that depiction. Marty Abrams Live, 2023. You heard it. Announcement: Marvel and Mego. Mego has Marvel.
Make mine Marvel.